The Tri-Star Borough runs on Dunkin' Donuts. And the title of this live is Kamala Harris addressing Trump supporters at the rally. Now, Kamala, when you address Trump supporters, to me that's a coward way to address anybody. You're supposed to address your opponent, which is Trump. You running scared from Trump because you know your ideas are false, and you cannot back none of your business proposals or whatever idea your campaign think of, misleading people. It's not going to happen. Kamala Harris, and Kamala has made this is how she's going to address the economy. This is what she said. As a former prosecutor, I make sure there's no price gouging. Kamala, stop it. You can't fool people like it's 2008 during the Obama administration. You can't get by just because you say you're brown and you want to be black one day. Stop it. You have to come with a proposal to the business corporation. One hand wash the other. How can the business corporation could benefit? Anyway, this is a capitalist society. I'm about to say Democrat. This is a capitalist society. Anybody take social studies, high school, or have a study for their masters, they know about capitalism. You could take any product, right, like a straw. You could name it whatever, a Italian name, and you could charge people $300 for it. That's part of capitalism. That's part of the Coke. That's capitalism. You can't control that, Harris. You can't control that. You have to come with a business proposal. You have to pass a bill. You got to pass a bill. You and Biden are still in power. And I don't want to hear it as a vice president. You don't have power. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You still could collaborate with Harris. You could still collaborate. I'm about to say, stand corrected. You still could collaborate with Biden and pass a bill. You could pass a bill, Kamala, to address inflation. And only when you could pass a bill, Kamala, you got to make a business proposal for the corporations. You got to. And I want to hear Kamala as a former prosecutor. I make sure there's no price gouging. We don't need that. We don't need a politician to run the country. We need somebody who's business oriented. Somebody understand the business structure, can sit down with these corporations. And I'll be down with you, Harris. If you don't propose a type of credit incentive for hiring American, these are corporations going to leave the country. What's up, SOIFON? The title is Kamala Harris addressing the Trump supporter at her rally instead of debating Trump. And the reason why she didn't got my vote because she have no business proposal. What's up, Cookie? COOKIE. Again, the title of this live is Kamala Harris addressing Trump supporters at the rally. Now, getting back to what I said. This is what Kamala said. I'm going to start over again. She said that as a former prosecutor, I'll make sure there's no price gouging. We don't need a former prosecutor. We need somebody who's business oriented to strengthen the economy. You still in power, Kamala. And I don't want to hear, oh, I'm just a vice president. No, Biden's still in power. You could pass a bill. You could easily pass a bill. But you're not going to pass the bill because this Biden administrator really destroyed the economy. And we don't want to hear no health care, whatever you got going on. We don't want to hear that. And you need to debate Trump, Kamala. Stop running. You and Biden are still in power. You could easily write a business proposal, easily write a bill, pass a bill, do the House committee as we speak. But you're not because you got no business proposal. Your biggest excuse is once I become president, but you're in power. You're the vice president. And I want to hear about you as a former prosecutor. I make sure there's no price gouging in food and gas and rent. And that sounds like that's smoke and mirrors, Harris. That's smoke and mirrors, because you got no business proposal. Until you debate Trump and stand what you believe in, until you pass a bill through the House committee, that's when I'm going to start voting for you. Otherwise than that, you're just blowing smoke up in people's behinds. That's all you're doing, blowing smoke. She stood there and addressed one of Trump's supporters at the rally, saying that what's up, River Rat? I love your YouTube. I appreciate support. The title is Kamala Harris addressing Trump supporters at the rally. You sit there and address Trump support at the rally instead of debating Trump, running and hiding, as usual. That's not being a leader. A leader face their diversity. A leader face their challenge. A leader has a plan. And I may sound redundant, but this really bothered me. She said as a former prosecutor, she makes sure there's no price gouging. She makes sure there's no price gouging in food and gases. That's what she makes sure. And right now, we don't need nobody to enforce price gouging. We need somebody at the White House, pass a bill, sit down with the corporations, make some type of incentive for them so they could stay here, give them a credit tax incentive for hiring an American, strengthen the economy. And that's the only way you can strengthen the economy, Harris. That's the only way. Otherwise than that, you running from Trump, you addressing Trump supporter, that ain't gonna do anymore. That may be good during 2008, during the Obama administrative. But you can't get by just because you're brown skinned. Just can't get by. The people want substance. You still in power, Kamala Harris. You could still pass a bill. You could easily pass a bill. You and Biden could pass a bill right as we speak. Your biggest excuse is, when I'm just a vice president, so soon I get president, you're gonna force the same Biden administrative as a vice president, but now you're a president. You're gonna force the same thing. What that gonna be, people? Open borders and higher taxes. Open borders and higher taxes. That's the reason why Kamala Harris don't have my vote. Because she got no plan. A leader has a plan. A leader face challenge. A leader don't run from a debate. During the whole campaign she's running, she's living on this euphoria of this first, female president. But sooner or later, that euphoria is going to go away soon. Sooner you're going to go back down to reality.
Okay.
And the people want to hear your plan.
You want the water outside?
Huh?
Anybody? The water.
I'll take care of it.
Okay, no problem.
Anybody. I'm at work, people. I'm still at work. I'm just doing a live when I'm at work. That's all. It's the only chance I could do a live, So the people right now, Kamala, you got to pass a bill. You got to pass a bill, Kamala. You got to pass the bill. You and Biden could sit down as we speak and pass a bill. Easy. You could sit down with these corporations as we speak, but you don't know nothing about it because you're a prosecutor. That's where we need somebody who's business oriented in the White House. We don't need nobody as a prosecutor. We need somebody to sit down with the corporations, sit down with the world leaders. And another thing, another thing, you funding these world leaders to push their agenda is totally wrong. America's against that. You funding foreign nations, but don't fund people here in America. So again, this whole Biden administrative really destroyed the economy. It really did. And I'm so glad that black people today woke up. I'm so glad that guys woke up out the slumber and realized what the Democrat Party try to pull a fast one. Just because she's brown skinned, they think we so naive that we're going to go out there and vote. No, we're not going to do that. What you going to do for the American economy? How you going to lower gas prices, food prices? How you going to lower mortgage and rent? How you going to strengthen this economy? And we want to hear about, as a former prosecutor, I make sure there's no price gouging. That's the last thing we want to hear. The last thing we want to hear. You and Biden has to pass the bill. You still in power, Harris. Otherwise than that, you just blowing smoke up the people behind.
Yeah, because